Happy Sunday, guys. So, I want to quickly share something with you. So, I'm talking about prayer today, the importance of prayer, the importance of midnight prayer. Now, the Bible said in First Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 16, if you read it down to 18, it did say, pray without ceasing. It talks about prayer and the importance of prayer. Pray without ceasing, pray without stopping, pray without no limits. You are just going to be a prayerful person. You don't have specific time, or you should be prayerful Christian. You should be a prayerful Christian. You should be someone that takes prayer as a part of their life, not something that is burdensome. Like you are, no, you should be a part of you. You should be like, oh, I've not prayed since. Like you are not, you feel like, okay, you are not okay. I haven't prayed for a specific particular amount of time. You should not be okay. Now, if you are a child of God, you should know we are living in the wicked times. We are living in the evil days. And as a child of God, you should take it upon yourself to pray at night. Midnight prayer is important. Now, let me say something. You see the hours of 12 down to 3 o'clock. You shouldn't joke with these hours. You should not be snoring. You should not just be sleeping and allow Satan and all his agents to just be carrying out their assignment freely without any sort of obstruction and anything. 12 down to 3 o'clock are the hours of evil gatherings. You wake up by 12, even if you aren't praying for longer hours, you can pray for 30 minutes as your strength or the Spirit leads you. But it's good for you to wake up and at least counter whatsoever they are doing to you and your family at that time. 12 down to 3 o'clock is the time for evil gathering. And when it is 4 o'clock down to 6 o'clock, they carry out whatsoever they have concluded in their evil, whatever places they went to gather. That is the time they go to houses, to people's houses, to carry out their wickedness. 4 down to 6 o'clock. So you see, the midnight hour is not a time you should joke with. It is not a time you should just say, I am tired. I know, I get it. You are tired. You want to go to work. But please, 30 minutes of your time for you to pray and speak in tongues, and so that anything whatsoever they are doing at that hour, you are countering it, making sure it does not stand, because there are spoken words into the atmosphere. And whenever there is no good words that is going to counter it, trust me, the spoken words, the atmosphere is going to carry whatsoever that has been released to it. Then in the morning time, whatsoever that took place at night start manifesting during the day. Even during the night time is even the most potent time for warfare. So you should joke with your prayer. You shouldn't joke with your midnight time. You see a lot of these great men of God, you see the power of God manifesting. These are men that have given their time and sacrifices to these things. Don't envy them. Don't feel they are some sort of abracadabra. That's the power of God taking place. These are men that have given the sacrifice, the things you cannot do, the things I cannot do at this time. They don't sleep at night. They are praying. Come on now. The Bible said, those that know their God, they will do exploits. These things, the more you draw closer to God, the more you engage God, the more the power of God start to manifest. It's not a magic. It's not, if you get closer to God, you do the things you ought to do right, the power is going to come. It is what it is. It's a sacrifice. It's just like those men in the war that engage Satan. You see some of them sleeping in the burial ground for days. These are sacrifices. And when you see them, they come out with their powers or whatever. It's just the way it is. When you sacrifice your time for God, when you sacrifice things that others don't really do, there's going to be a difference. Yeah, you can't imagine somebody engaging at night and somebody that is just doing all later day. It's going to be different. In as much as I know that it is not by power, not by, but come on now. Even the Bible tells us that continue in prayer. Watch. Colossians chapter 4, is 4 verse 2. He said, continue in prayer. Watch. Every time the Bible mentions prayer, it always go with watch. What is you being watchful? How can you be a watchman and you are just snoring throughout the night? Allowing Satan to do whatever I want to do with you. And during the day, you see people getting sick. You see a lot of things manifesting. These are things that have taken place during the hours of the night, where a lot of Christians are just sleeping. You have to take your prayer life seriously. It's not something we'll come here and just come and deceive ourselves that, okay, because we have given our life to Jesus, everything is settled. That's true. But you have to command it into manifestation. You shouldn't just relax and say, okay, because I'm not a child of God, God will do everything for me. You have to play your part, and that part is for you to open your mouth and command what you ought to command, because the children of darkness that are doing wickedness against the children of God, they are commanding, they are speaking incantations, raining enchantment. They are not keeping quiet. So why can you, a child of God, be keeping quiet and you are waiting for some sort of miracles? You have to open your mouth. It doesn't work like that. You have to call on God to fight for you, to do whatsoever, and take your midnight time seriously. Prayer is the key. Prayer is important. You cannot just go through life and you call yourself a child of God and you are not a prayerful person. The Bible said he has given us the power to tread upon serpent and scorpion, over every power, not anyone excluded from it. So it's not something that it is not guaranteed. It is already guaranteed. It's already guaranteed, but it is now left for you to engage that power that have been given. It's already there. It's already in you. It's for you to bring it out to expression. And you do that in the place of prayer. You have to be prayerful. It should be something you do day in and out. It should become a part of you. It shouldn't be something you are being forced to do. You listening to me now, you're a parent and you love your children. You want to buy the whole world for them. I get it. But come on now, we are living in a cruel world. It is not about giving them the physical gift. What is your spiritual protection towards your children? Satan has not come to play. He is wicked. I can tell you that. Satan is the kind of Satan that can wipe, if given the chance, he is ready to wipe out a family in a single day. He is that wicked. He is that cruel. So we should do our part. We know that, yeah, it's true. Every death is an inevitable, but we are not going to die except God says, okay, because we are the apple of God's eyes. The Bible said, we shall not die but live to declare the works of God. He has chastened us so, but he has not given us over unto death. So it's only God that has the key of our lives. The key of our lives is not in the hands of Satan. So you have to take up that authority through prayer. Pray for yourself, pray for your children, pray for your loved ones. It's good to give them the physical things of life, but also be there for them spiritually, if you so love them, because we are living in the wicked times, and Satan and his agent hasn't come to play. Watch and pray. So will not be a victim of the enemy and all their vices. I see you guys in my next video. Have a wonderful and blessed week. Bye-bye.